Hi, second graders. Welcome to Module 5, Application Problems. Turn to your next blank page in your math journal. Label the top of your page M5L3 for Module 5, Lesson 3, and then write today's date. Then cut out Problem 3 and glue it to the top of your journal. Pause the video while you complete this task and then press play when you're ready to continue. Let's take a look at today's problem. When we're solving today, we're going to use the RDW strategy. RDW, first we have to read the problem and find out what it wants to know. So would you please whisper read the problem with me as I read it to you. A children's library sold 27 donated books. Now they have 48. How many books were there to begin with? So if I try and visualize this, I know that some books were donated, and now they have 48. But I don't know how many they had to begin with. So let's look at our numbers and then figure out what exactly we have to do on this problem. So the first number I see is 27. So circle 27 on your prompt. Then I see 48. Go ahead and circle 48. Next, let's underline what we have to figure out. And what I have to figure out is how many books were there to begin with. Now that I have completed the reading portion, let's draw and label our work. So to draw, we're going to begin with a tape diagram. On the tape diagram, be careful when solving this. Remember that this problem is a take from without us knowing what we're starting with. So go ahead and pause the video and draw your tape diagram in your journal. Press pause while you're doing so. Then when you're ready to continue with me, press play. Okay, you should have a tape diagram that looks similar to this one below. And I lost the number. Alright, so we know that we're not for sure how many books we've started with. We don't know the whole amount. I do know that there were 27 sold. So I wrote 27 in my first box because that is the part, and then I wrote sold, labeled it underneath. I also know that there are now only 48 left. 48 is my second part. To figure this out, we're going to continue using, you can continue to use a number bond, arrow notation, or solve it vertically. So go ahead and choose the strategy that you want to use to solve this problem. Pause the video, solve it, then press play when you're ready to check your work. I went ahead and did a vertical addition problem. In this problem, I drew my hundredths chart. In my hundredths chart, I know that in the number 48 there are 8 ones. I put 5 ones in the first row Then I added 3 more to give me 8 ones. Then I know that I have 4 tens. I drew 4 tens in my tens place. Now I need to go and add 27. In the number 27, I know that I have 7 ones. So I drew 5 ones in one row. Then I added 2 more to give me 7. Now I know that I have 2 tens. I drew 2 tens. The next strategy I need to use here is to see if I can make any bundles of 10. When I look at the ones place, I know that 8 plus 7 is going to be more than 10. And I know that if I have 8, all I need will be 2 more to make a 10. So I'm going to go ahead and circle this 8 and then the 2 more to make 110. I'm going to move that 110 over to the tens place to give me a new unit of 110. Now when I go and count how many ones I have left, I see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. Now I need to count to see how many tens we have. Oh, before I do that, I do have 1 new unit, so I do need to add my new unit in my tens place on the line. Now let's count how many tens. I have 1 10, 2 10, 3 10, 4 10, 5 10, 6 10, 7 tens. So I have 7 tens, making my answer 75. Another way that I can solve this is by using arrow notation. I'm going to start with 27 because that is how many I sewed, or the library sewed. I know that I have to show 48, so I'm going to be adding up my number on my arrow notation. So I know that in 48 there is 2 tens. So if I say 27 plus 20, that gives me 47. I know I need to add another 20 to give me 40, and then 47 plus 20 gives me 67. Now I have to add 8 more, and 8 is kind of hard to add, but when I look at 67, I know that 7 and 3 are buddies and they make a 10. So I'm going to say 67 plus 3 gives me 70. And now I have 5 left that I have to add on. And then that gives me the sum of 75. I can double check to make sure I've added all that I've needed by counting my top. So there's 20, 40, 43, and 43 plus 5 is 48. And 48 is the same amount of the part that I have. Now that I have completed and drawn and labeled, and I've written the equation, now all we simply have to do is write our answer in a complete sentence. So pause the video and write your answer in a complete sentence. Press play when you're ready to continue with me. Your sentence should say, there were 75 books to begin with in the children's library. I hope that you were very successful in solving this problem. If you still have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask your teacher. Until next time.